Invincible.
Same. When we look over, it'll be right there. Just don't gotta be like. What else?
Deep in the dark, down on my knees, I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down. Here we go.
I think I might have got
I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down.
whatever the next step is. I
That I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down. All my hope was fading away. I'm not gonna make it to the end of the day. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down.
Invincible.
I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down. That I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down. Deep in the dark, down on my knees, I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gonna bring me down. Here we go.
70. Actually, honestly. I don't know. I would like to turn that down a little bit when I move in.
My grandma was
All my hope was fading away. I'm not gonna make it to the end of the day. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
oh yeah.
Invincible.
They're like the long terrible thing. You gotta cut it.
Nobody gon' bring me down.
They didn't come from in-house, but they.
That I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
But then I did answer the phone, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm on the way to the house now." I'm like, what? I'm gonna put something in the garage. I'm like, well,
Okay.
damn. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not that I'm gonna mind it too much, but you know, just kind of heads up.
Then my grandmother came, she read it right outside.
Deep in the dark, down on my knees, I've seen things that you wouldn't believe.
Brush on me.
I was lost
That was very
until I found
You drove all the
that
way
I'm
over here.
invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Yeah, why?
Here we go.
Yeah, I saw it in one of them. Was it in the one that I was in? Yeah, I didn't hear that.
I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
I guess it's not really.
That I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
We got 3 minutes left, so that's good. That's all the time we need.
I was just thinking there's an awful lot of space on this table.
It's way much more space. I'm sure that's not.
All my hope was fading away. I'm not gonna make it to the end of the day. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Invincible.
I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down. things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Here we go.
I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down. That I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Hopefully the audio is good.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll tell us.
So the one thing I can say is that the laptop is now even further away from me. So my mic is being picked up, right?
Yep.
Here we go.
Alrighty, welcome back, folks. Once again, hopefully this audio is proper. So let me check one more time, one more again. Right, that's correct.
Maybe play the video.
It's not up there yet.
You jerk.
I mean, it's not. It's there's a delay.
Oh yeah.
So, back, folks. Once again. All right, it's working. There
Sounds
we
a
go.
bit low, but I mean that's probably.
I think
just
it's
the
I
headphone- just
think
the
it's
headphone.
because my
Yeah.
I turned my TV volume down.
Yeah. Had to make sure.
Yep.
We're in the new place, and James hasn't quite
Yeah.
got everything set up on his computer yet.
It's not all the way there, but we're getting it. We don't have the green screens.
Yeah.
He's in front of the window. I'm in front of the
I
wall.
like the. Well, I like the red and black thing we got going on, or white. Jesus Christ! I called an apple a banana earlier, and it's just been one of those days where it's just like everything feels all
Opposite.
mixed up. Yeah, everything's been mixed up in my head, and I don't
It's
know,
just one of
man.
those days,
I'm kind of like I was honestly terrified driving up here because your house is right off a highway. I was like, don't hit anyone, don't hit anyone.
I'm afraid somebody's gonna like hit me when I'm turning into
Right?
the place.
Like if that highway is populated when one of us is coming home, like I don't even know.
Yeah.
They'll have to fucking slow down for one of us.
One of us. I turn my signal on like way ahead of time. So
Yeah.
even if they do, they had plenty enough time to fucking move.
Yeah.
Plenty. But anyways, welcome folks back to the show once again. The Oreyo Show, where we talk about current events, culture, and conspiracy theories. Today, our main topic is the new movie that just came out on July 4th called The Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see it, actually, because from what I'm seeing, people are really liking it. So
Really?
I really want to say, yeah. I mean, okay, they're liking it because, it's kind of one of those movies where people seem to get very emotional about it. But I believe, for me, I probably already kind of understand, what it is. But I kind of just want to see it.
Yeah.
Just
Just want to see it.
I just want to see it. But you know what I'm saying? But, it's probably one of those movies where if you've been, like, not paying attention this entire time or haven't been paying attention enough,
Yeah.
you're going to see this and be like,
Oh,
my
wow.
fucking God, I can't believe this shit is happening.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, yeah. And then people are just going to be scarred.
That's one by Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah. The guy that is blacklisted. Blacklisted in Hollywood, which is a good thing, really, if you
Honestly,
think about it.
Yeah, I'd want to be blacklisted in Hollywood, to be
You're
honest.
going to be blacklisted somewhere. It might as well be Hollywood because they're a bunch of pedos. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. Oh yeah, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Go down to the description box below to see what else we got going on. Check out our locals and our subscribe star if you would like to support the show and help us do a bunch more stuff, give you more better quality shiz. And yeah, join us on Discord if you like to talk to us or send us some information for us to talk about. But let's go ahead and get on into this. So, first little current events topics before we get into all the juicy business. Let me get on this. Let me get on into this. Clear. So, California Reparations Task Force calls for eliminating child support debt for black residents.
Child support debt for black residents.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that seems pretty targeted.
Yeah, it seems pretty targeted. Though child support's already kind of, it's kind of a moral gray area to me.
Really? Why?
Because only the mom can get it.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Can the father? I think
No, it's always the mother.
I mean, I think the father can get it if it's like, maybe, because I've never really looked into child support stuff. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
stereotypical black person here. So, yeah, but I don't have any kids, so I don't have to worry
Right.
about that stuff.
And I haven't done any like actual research on that.
Yeah.
So don't quote me entirely, but I just know that
usually,
usually
the female.
it's usually the mother that gets it because of
The father makes more money. Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And we don't live in an equal society.
Yep. So.
Like, you know.
I mean, I kind of understand why you wouldn't want to have that because, if you think about it, though, for black females who actually rely on that stuff,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because they're saying they want to get rid of it, but at the same time, it's the black females who are the ones that are benefiting from it.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword for them because you put yourself in a position where you're relying on it and you're trying to get rid of it. It's going to kind of screw yourself over. Then the females are going to be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh shit, I should have done the thing that
I actually wanted that child support money. Damn it. Fuck.
I mean, growing up, my mom relied on it a little bit from my dad because, you know, not the most like well-off family growing up in a single-parent household. So that's why I have mixed feelings. And that's why I think it's a moral gray area. But I also think that we shouldn't get rid of it, but we should really like take a look at how it gets distributed and stuff.
I think the whole what's it called, the like divorce court system needs to be fixed, to be honest. That whole
Oh well, yeah. I mean, the whole court system needs to be like overhauled. We need a patch update.
patch. But yes, the California Reparations Task Force is asking the Democratic-controlled state legislature to eliminate interest on past due child support, as well as any back child support debt for black residents of the state. So it's not just getting rid of the child support; it's just the debt.
Just the debt.
And the back, the past due, past due amounts. In its final report released last week, the group claimed discriminatory laws have torn apart African American families, and that one effect of that is it harms the harms caused by the disproportionate amount of African Americans who are burdened with child support debt, which is still kind of like, if you think about it, the reason that you have child support is because you have a child with somebody and you don't like marry them and you don't stay with them. So I mean, once again, it's kind of like a personal thing that you kind of have to do personally. But okay, whatever. That's cool. That's whatever. You know, I still think you should just kind of look within and stop asking the government for help. But well, you know, the nearly 1,100 page document stated that black Californians represent a larger percentage of those who owe child support debt than their proportion of the state's population. And well, of course, you kind of...
I mean, California's a big state, so that kind of makes sense.
Right. It's also kind of a lot of black people who just aren't
working,
making the best decisions in California.
Okay, yeah. That works.
So yeah, there you go.
I said working because, I mean, I'm not sure if anyone even works in California.
Yeah, they have no reason. They just be homeless.
Yeah, because the more I hear, like, about California, the more it's just like, people are just asking the government for everything, and the government kind of gives it to them because...
They want them to be homeless because it's easier to control homeless people. When they're homeless, they rely 100% on the government. Well, if the government's like, you have to do this in order to get that money, like, I don't know, not get a job, then people will just literally not get a job so they can get the free money. And that's literally something that I know lots of people actually did when I was over there. Hey, guy, I got a job. I can help you get a job at where I work at. No, I don't want to get that. Oh,
Okay. Oh,
okay. Damn. All right.
nah, I got unemployment. What?
Damn, it was more than just unemployment.
Yeah, I know.
It was like just straight up a whole fucking apartment.
They got a whole
A
apartment?
whole fucking apartment.
That sounds terrible, though.
Right?
Because, like, really, I just don't want to be reliant on... I want to rely on myself more than...
Someone else.
Someone
Anyone else. Literally anyone.
Because, like, when I need something, I can be the one to do it on
Provide.
my...
Yeah.
Provide for myself.
But yeah.
Like, waiting on other people, doing stuff on other people's time is...
Yeah.
No bueno.
No bueno. Next one. TikTok brainwashed me into being transgender. Now I'm detransitioning. You thought I was a guy this whole time? I'm actually a lady. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So let's watch the video because it's a video with this, I think it's supposed to be a girl. Oh shit. Why you do this?
Oh, no. I think the video got taken down.
No. Really?
I think that's what that error code means, but it might have just been a network error.
Okay. I was...
Hello,
Okay.
as some of you might know, my name is Ash, and I am a detransitioner. I spent a lot of time on the internet, specifically TikTok, way more than I should have, rather than going out in the real world, especially with COVID and everything else that was going on. Now, at the time, there were a million videos of all these trans people coming out, and because I was so unhappy with myself and who I was, I thought that that might be what was wrong with me, and I convinced myself that that's what was wrong with me, and that's what would fix me. And I went really far to pass as a male, to the point where nobody that I knew that I was born a female. Here's a little picture of me from that time. Had the facial hair and everything. After about 2 years of living as a male, I realized I was wrong. But I didn't come out about that right away. I stayed living as male for another year before I really finally decided that I needed to do this. And it was one of the most scary things that I ever did. I faced so much backlash. I found it that people are so quick to accept trans people, but so quick to criticize detransitioners.
Yup.
Yes,
That's how it is.
That's the society we live in now, because we've got to be accepted.
You're only
accepting of everything.
accepted
Yeah.
if you're one of the the off things. But if you're like, we're gonna go with the norm,
Yeah.
fuck you. Basically, that's what she figured out. I think that's a she, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
she.
so he's born as a female.
So at age 13, Ash Eskridge was severely under the influence, but not of drugs or alcohol, but of TikTok. Dun dun dun. And we actually know somebody who be on that TikTok for real though. The brunette told the Post that
I don't know who you're talking
trendsetters,
about.
that
be anyone.
trendsetters on the popular app wrongfully convinced her that she was transistor. Oh my god.
Transistor, she's been put into like a circuit board.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I saw TikTok videos by influencers saying how that transitioning saved their life, said Eskridge, now 16, from Missoula, Montana. After becoming depressed at 12, she learned on the virtual platform as an emotional crutch. I was struggling and I wanted to save my life too, she told Southwest News Service. It was just after the pandemic that the Gen Zer joined the crowd as part of what's been dubbed Generation COVID. Wow,
Ew.
that does sound like
That's a
gross.
terrible. That's a terrible generation to be a part of. I'm going to be
Ooh,
honest.
Generation COVID.
There's actually been a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but I've been hearing a few ads on the radio every now and then about lawsuits that have been taken against Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff because it's coming out that stuff is purposely being set up to brainwash children.
Yep.
And people can take a lawsuit out on that and sue Facebook.
Oh wow, because people are getting addicted to it. Like,
Yeah.
or I guess children, because like for me, I'm not on. I honestly cannot just sit on my phone all day. I just can't. I guess it's because I didn't grow up with it.
Right.
Like somebody introduced me to Facebook like when I was in like college. That was my first social media was in college.
I think I can sit on my phone for a few hours, but then I gotta get up and either get on the computer to talk to someone or go out and talk to someone.
Right? So,
Yes.
I guess it's kind of funny because I'm saying me with the social media is like, that's, I'm not, but my mother, she's kind of the same way with cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
Like she uses her cell phone, but she'll just like leave it somewhere in the house and not have it where if somebody calls, you'll be calling like 10 times.
Yeah.
Where you were at? I was trying to call you. Oh, it was over there sitting on the couch. It was on silent. Oh, I didn't charge it last night. I'm like, this is your only phone.
The only means of communication to the outside world sometimes.
Like, I can't contact
Other
you.
than like leaving the door,
And she doesn't have a landline, so it's not like I can just call the house phone, the landline phone.
I kind of miss having a landline.
Right?
I'm gonna be honest, like, then that someone's calling your house.
Right? And it's in the whole house.
Yeah.
Like, the whole house rings.
The whole
instead
house
of-
rings. Yeah.
It's underneath in the couch pillow. Damn it. Oh.
Dang.
But yeah, so, I mean...
I was staying up too late flirting with Jimmy last night. Fell asleep on the couch. Damn it.
Damn. Generation COVID. Apparently this is what she... Is this what she looked like before, or is this what she looked like now? I think it's what she looked like before.
Pretty sure it's what she looked like before.
And then when she was a guy, I mean, that's what that stuff will do to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
It'll definitely muff you up.
She looks really stoned in the other video, in the other picture, like
And this one?
dead.
And this one? Yeah.
She looks dead.
Yeah. And then I guess this is,
That
Is
might
this
be what she looks like now.
yeah. This might be a now one.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, not to say, but it kind of looks like, I don't know if she did the surgery, though. I can't say.
I
I can't say that she did.
don't know. Hard to say because
She's
that's
closed.
young. Yeah.
So, but I wonder what the parents were doing. Where's her mother and maybe father? Where were they at during this whole thing?
Well, I don't know how Montana bylaws are, so maybe they were the ones buying her the transitioning drugs.
Ah,
Because you can't really get those kinds of drugs unless you're 18,
yeah,
as far as I know.
right.
I've never tried to transition.
It's the
Obviously.
hormones.
Yeah.
It's the hormones. I think the surgery, for the most part, you have to be 18, but
Yeah.
you kind of found out that you can do that before you're 18, and
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where things get a little fishy.
She was obviously taking some testosterone to get the facial hair and the deepened voice.
So yeah, here we go. Next one. This video, right? I'm gonna read it. So
Oh, this I saw this video.
right. So this is the classic government renter crowd. Joe Biden walks off stage after his 4th of July address to a crowd clearly paid to be there.
Yeah.
Look at all their cell phones, dark screens, holding up turned off phones for the news cameras, fake support.
I think I've said this story before, but like I said, I've seen this video, and every time I see these kinds of videos with Biden just acting fake as all hell.
Like he runs to the crowd. He never runs to the crowd. He always runs away from the crowd.
Yeah, he does. But now look at those blacked out screens and stuff.
And you know what's funny is, like, at first when I saw this, I was like, well, it's possible that the screen just, you can't see it. But then we saw that video of, you remember on Wednesday or Friday, when they were like doing the recording, the people on the plane, and you can see everybody else's phone.
Yeah.
You can actually see
can
the
see
screen
it.
on.
Like,
So like,
even outside.
yeah, you can't see
If
any
it's
of these
that
screens.
dark, you're not going to be able to see the screen, even if you're the one holding it.
Right?
But like
It's
I
that
said,
glare, but none of these phones are on. That is.
this reminds me. It always reminds me of the first year that he was elected into office. Someone posted a video of him running up behind on a green screen, and like some fake news reporters being photoshopped into a video of him getting a press conference.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I know there have been like lots of videos where he was like sitting at the podium.
yeah.
And he has his hand, and there's like another hand like somewhere else on the podium, and then you're like, oh, what? And then there was
What's going on down there?
there was another one where his hand was like, he was like outside, and his hand, like, they had the mic stand, right?
Yeah.
And his hand like went like in the wrong. I think it was like it went like in front of it when he was standing behind it, but his hand like went, like it was somebody fucked up the editing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like his hand was like It's like one of those things where his hand is going in front of something that should be
behind
it. Yeah. It's like superimposed into the.
And it's like I wonder if somebody's like purposely making these tiny mistakes so people will notice it. So they just, hey guys, this shit's fake. But you know they can't. This is their way of showing everybody, hey, this shit's fake. We're fucking up on purpose. I mean, that would.
It's gotta be. Someone's like, nah.
Because I mean, come on.
Making this photography stuff.
How would you not?
They aren't even trying to hide this stuff.
I know, like how would you be recording this and not notice? Hey, all the screens are black. Somebody's gonna notice that.
Someone should probably tell them to turn the cameras on.
Hold on. Is that? I'm just trying to look right here, but I think I can't.
It looks like
I can't really tell what that is right there. Because even if that screen is. No, she's holding a cup. Never mind.
Yeah, she was holding a cup.
Never mind.
At first, I thought it was just her hand in front of the screen.
Right? Yeah, but none of them screens are on. It's none of them screens. Not a single one.
I wonder how much they get paid to do that. I'll be honest.
If I was getting paid decent, I might do it and just.
I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever, man. Just give me my money.
Right? I mean, nobody can know. Nobody believes this, so whatever. Just blame me. You're wasting your money. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
just
you're wasting your money. I don't care anymore.
I'm not on your side, but I'll take your fucking money. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, look at there, Jack Poso. All right. So this one's actually pretty interesting. Savannah Hernandez reports: people who list non-binary pronouns on resume less likely to get hired. Oh, really?
Well, I thought
Really?
I thought we covered this before, but I thought ESG or whatever it was that WF is. I thought that was a thing. Like, I thought they were looking for non-binary people specifically.
Yeah, they do. But, you know, if let's say you're the employer, like the person who's actually has to do the hiring.
I wouldn't want to hire one of those.
You wouldn't.
Because, not from personal bias, but it's because...
They're annoying as fuck.
Yes. They are so needy. They always need something.
They might sue you because you misgendered them. They're gonna annoy all of the other employees and get everybody's nerves.
Yeah.
They
might attack a freaking customer or something.
Yeah, all these videos that we've seen of that shit happening. So hell no, I wouldn't hire you. I would immediately see you and be like,
and even if they
"Hey there, ma'am," and see if they respond in a negative. Actually, it's I refer to as sir. Oh, okay. Next.
Right.
I wouldn't even waste my time.
There's a higher likelihood that they're like depressed or something.
Oh yeah.
Or they're just
only depressed because of their own mental self.
It's
not even.
They're using that as a mask to cover for how depressed they are.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, this is how. Actually, I'm not gonna name any names, and this isn't at our job. This is my other job. But my other job there is actually this girl. She isn't. I can't say she's a part of that group, but she's clearly a part of the supporting of the group, I guess you can call it. She's not non-binary or any of the LGBT or trans or anything, but she has this thing where she likes. There's always something wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, my leg. Oh no. Oh no, I'm allergic to this thing. Oh man,
I had a condition.
Right, I had a condition, or oh man, I hurt myself. Oh man, look, I'm so I can't. It's that kind of a person. Is that called a hypochondriac? I don't remember that. I think it is.
Well, real hypochondriacs.
They're like always sick or something. Yeah. Or something like that. There's always something wrong, basically.
But like that doesn't sound. Hypochondria is an actual disease, whereas that just sounds like a.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that I think she is.
Yeah.
But I think that she's always like she's trying to get somebody to look at her and be like, oh, poor baby.
Attention, yeah.
Poor baby, do you want me to rub your neck?
Kiss your boo boo.
And it's like
need some milk.
It's like me and this other guy. Like me, I kind of treat it differently. Where I'm just like, oh, that's funny, and I just kind of like whatever. But the other dude that works with me and her, he's like, oh my gosh, this bitch is so fucking annoying. And I'm like, she is.
I thought you were gonna go the opposite direction with that. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, God, I gotta help her.
Right? No,
here's a seat. Have a ladder or something, or whatever.
He's like, this bitch is so fucking annoying.
I'm like, he's probably just trying to get in your pants or something.
No,
bruh. He hates her.
Bruh, he does not. He like whenever he has to work, he looks at me like, because like sometimes he has to work with her by himself.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like, oh my god, he just hates it so much. One of the things she said yesterday, she was sleepy. Oh, she's like, I'm so tired today because I didn't get any sleep last night. Her explanation was the night prior she took a energy drink at 12 o'clock at night, and then she wasn't able to go to sleep. And both he and I looked at each other like,
Well, that sounds like a you issue.
bruh. And she was like, oh, well, normally it doesn't affect me. I'm like, what was the purpose of taking an energy drink at 12 o'clock at night, though? Like, even if it doesn't affect you,
there's still always the chance.
right?
You know, the whole point of drinking energy drinks is to stay awake.
So, like, what was the purpose of that? I don't know.
Did she ever give you a reason?
No, she didn't. She was just like, normally, I didn't know it was. We're just both sitting there like, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
you dumb broad,
That
don't
was-
drink an energy drink at the
that was
dang,
terrible
dang
idea.
10, 12 o'clock at night.
That was a terrible
Really?
idea, man.
You big dummy.
So, I mean, hey, if you're going to do the thing, that's fine. Like, if you want to be the non-binary or the trans or the whatever, do it. That's all you.
Yeah.
Just don't expect anybody else to go along with it,
Don't-
because you're just going to you're going to get it like
Don't
in
expect no shoulder massages.
either.
Yeah.
Or neck pets.
Or neck pats. Boo-boo kisses or whatever.
Boo-boo kisses. Now this
And that
one
was-
right here. Tucker Carlson exposed. Tucker Carlson reveals that the chief of the police at the Capitol in D.C. told him via interview that the crowd on J6 was filled with federal agents.
Well, that was a shocker that has surprised absolutely no one.
Right? He also reveals Fox fired him before it could air.
Oh.
Oh, shite.
And that was a tip off to me. I mean, I had no thought in my head as I watched this happen on television and in the subsequent weeks that U.S. law enforcement or military agencies had anything to do with it. That never crossed my mind. I never thought that it was a false flag or anything like that. I'm not a conspiracist by temperament. I never thought that. And then I interviewed the chief of the Capitol Police, Stephen Sund, in an interview that was never aired on Fox, by the way. I was fired before it could air. I'm going to interview him again. But Stephen Sund was the totally non-political, worked for Nancy Pelosi. I mean, this was not some right-wing activist. He was the chief of the Capitol Police on January 6th. And he said, oh, yeah. That crowd was filled with federal agents. What? Yes. Well, he would know, of course, because he was in charge of security at the site. So the more time has passed, now it's been, and that
Yeah. Not that surprised, to be honest.
No, but I mean,
That
the
might
chief
be
of police.
one of the reasons why he got fired. They were like, oh shit, he's gonna do this. Oh shit, he's about to expose something. We're gonna get hell in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, we've got so much stuff. You got to get the fuck out. He's like, oh, well, I don't got to worry about them telling me to shut up anymore.
Yeah.
Just spill the beans.
Right.
I mean, I would do the same thing.
So-
Apparently, he got lots of money, so he doesn't have to. He can just do whatever.
Well, I mean, well, I kind of feel. I'm not surprised that he does. It's just kind of, he just kind of seemed like the type that has.
Yeah, I think he inherited money from his parents and of course the show, so
yeah,
he's just
he
got money.
I was gonna say, like, it seems like Fox firing him was the worst decision Fox made.
Yeah.
Because now he's just gonna.
Yep, and not only that, but people just have
Whatever
just
now.
gone away from Fox. So I mean, not that there was that many people watching Fox before, but I
Right.
mean,
not that there's a lot of, because like the type of person that keeps up with news about the kind of news that Fox would cover wouldn't watch news outlets anyway
right?
because they're not on the bullshit.
Yeah, I feel as they've always been on the bullshit, but people are just now.
I mean, the people who watch.
oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Fox is on the bullshit. But
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit. This one we didn't even talk about it, but fucking white supremacists.
Nah.
It's funny because I'm the guy in the middle.
I'm the guy on the far right.
Oh, you're Asian?
No. Talking about the guy that you can't see.
Ah, gotcha. Your hand's just kind of hidden behind the
Yeah.
camera.
I'm behind the guy.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. So Hunter Biden was actually smoking crack and driving down the road 172 miles per hour. In a Porsche is what it looks like. And people are wondering where that cocaine came from.
Well,
Some people think it's Trump Jr.
I still can't believe people are pointing fingers at Trump. Trump wasn't even there. What?
He doesn't have to be. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure years down the line when Trump is like old and he's been, he's died of old age or something.
Yeah, people are still going to be
Trump's fault.
it was Trump's fault.
But he's
20
not
years
even
ago,
around anymore.
Trump was in office. He pointed his finger at a Mexican lady, and now atomic bombs are heading towards the United States. Like, what? What?
Trump's fault.
What?
Of course it is.
That makes no sense.
Now let's go thing. One more topic, another topic. Here we go.
Nice.
The UPS strike, right? UPS workers union leader explains what's at stake as strike edges closer.
I'm real curious as to what.
Let's see what
Because
is
UPS does a lot. They deliver a lot of stuff.
All right. Let's read
A lot of like
the audio.
Truck negotiate.
Oh, shit.
random crap.
Everything.
A looming strike may threaten the way you receive your packages. Contract negotiations between UPS and the International Brotherhood of Teamsters Union, which represents over 300,000 UPS workers, have come to a halt.
And each side is blaming the other for walking away from negotiations. And for more, let's bring in the Teamsters General President, Sean O'Brien. Sean, good to see you.
Sure.
Thanks for being with us. So UPS is saying you guys walked away from the table. You're saying UPS walked away from the table. What happened and what's wrong?
Well, UPS can tell their story. We know the real story. At 4:15 a.m. July 5th, when we were trying to get a deal, we're very close. They said they had no more to give, and so they actually walked away. And that's why we're here right now. We're trying to make certain that they understand how important this fight is for our 340,000 members that delivered goods and service through the toughest times we've seen pandemic.
What needs to happen
Well,
to
look, I
prevent
mean,
this?
our part-timers at UPS are working for poverty wages. Some of them are single mothers, single dads, working crazy hours. And look, everybody loves the UPS drivers who work extremely hard, but those packages do not get on those trucks without those part-timers. And, UPS has the opportunity right now to do the right thing because they can set the tone on how it is to reward their employees who have made them the success that they are. I mean, they made $100 billion with a B. And our members deserve to reap those benefits as well.
And speaking of part-timers, Sean, you've called part-time worker wages part-time poverty. Let's look at some numbers. UPS tells us that on average they pay their drivers $95,000 a year with benefits, and part-time workers get $20 an hour with health care eligibility, pension plans. Why do you call this part-time poverty?
Because they're not telling the true story. $93,000 for a full-timer is accurate, but they're working 60, 65 hours. It's an extremely tough job. And when you talk about the part-timers, their part-time wage rate right now is about $16 per hour. UPS is selective. They pick and choose on who they're going to pay what area, and they can raise the rates. We want to establish a livable starting wage for part-timers, but also make sure we reward those part-timers who worked through the pandemic. We lost members as a result of going to work when there were no vaccinations, no protections, and all the while, bottom line of their balance sheet kept growing and growing and growing. We want to be rewarded. There was no hazard pay. There wasn't anything other than these people, our members, 340,000, providing goods and services to keep this country running.
And we were all ordering all the packages because people didn't want to go out. UPS issued this statement saying, in part, the Teamsters have stopped negotiating despite historic proposals that build on our industry-leading pay. Refusing to negotiate, especially when the finish line is in sight, creates significant unease among employees and customers and threatens to disrupt the U.S. economy.
We are not refusing to negotiate. They know what we want. They know what our members need. And if UPS causes a strike, it's going to be on UPS. I mean, they're going to self-inflict these wounds on themselves. Our members are the best in the business. They provide the best services, and it's shame on UPS. They have an opportunity right now to do the right thing and be the model employer for the entire United States.
And can you talk about the concerns that you've been hearing from some of the Teamsters themselves?
Well, I mean, mostly it's the wages. I mean, look, UPS is a very difficult job. We've made significant progress in negotiations. We've been negotiating since January, but it's significant wage increases for the part-timers, but more importantly, dignity and respect in the workplace.
What gets you guys back to the table? Is there something that needs to happen?
UPS just has to pick up the phone, tell us they're going to agree to what our bottom line is, and they know what our bottom line is. We've been very transparent in these negotiations, and they know what needs to happen.
All right, we'll be watching. Thanks for getting on.
Now that's interesting little conversation right there. I kind of like to see UPS's, to come up there and talk if they're ever going to do that. Probably not.
I don't know. I never take the side of the big corpa.
Right? I mean,
Situations.
I'm going to listen to both sides, but I,
Yeah.
for some reason, don't think UPS is going to do that.
Yeah, it's just kind of like UPS probably won't come out because
But if I'm going to look at what we have here, right?
Yeah.
Taking in all that we've been given for this video, yeah, it seems pretty legit, trying to get, people to have wages that make sense. I wonder if there are other avenues that would be helpful for both sides, what I'm saying? Like, one that would help the employees, but also not totally
bankrupt
yeah,
UPS and
yeah.
make working conditions even worse for the
Right.
employees.
Yeah, for the people that are already working.
Because I mean, you can't ask too much as far as wages go. Because I mean, it is at the end of the day a business, and they have to. There's a lot more expenses.
Their bottom line is they want to make money. That's
Yeah.
regardless of whatever. They're
Yeah.
always like, I want to make money, and that's going to always be where they're going to go towards. So if they view this as we're going to lose money in this deal, they're not going to. They're probably not going.
They're not going
to go too far in there. So that's kind of one of the sucky parts. But at the same time, I feel as if there's, just being like raise the wage, you could probably just, I forget, you could probably just give more hours. That might be a thing. Maybe people can have more hours for the part-timers if they choose to have more hours,
more hours, and maybe from what the guy was saying, maybe better working conditions.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely better working conditions.
Yeah.
I don't know how the drivers though, like they're just already screwed because there's really, I don't know how you can make that better working conditions. Like they don't have AC in their trucks.
Give them a porta potty in the truck and maybe a fountain cooler.
Right, a professional chef.
Yeah.
A free dinner card every day.
A vending machine per truck. Bathroom per truck.
Right.
Make a little party bus.
Right. Yeah.
Little party
they can have a friend with them every day.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's I don't know, but this whole strike thing, right, is really gonna be an issue when customers of UPS start thinking, hey, maybe I need to prepare just in case UPS decides to go under, as in go on strike, and I can't use UPS for my business. So limiting UPS strike spurs some companies to rethink supply chains. And basically, what I'm saying is, let's say there's like a little store and they ship off these little objects or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, that store might actually decide to use FedEx, or just Amazon will take over all the business that UPS is going to be losing when the strike happens.
Yeah.
Or even before the strike happens.
Just make it worse.
Yeah. So then, whenever this ends, then UPS is gonna lose business all around.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be hours. They're going to need to get rid of people because they aren't going to have enough money to spend on all these employees that they have.
Justification for the amount of money they're paying on their employees.
Yep. So all this shit's going to pretty much go down the drain. Mm-hmm. So either UPS is going to need to
step up or
lose out on some shit.
Yep.
That's gonna
just make it worse for the rest of the workers.
Yep. This whole thing is only going to make it worse for the workers. It's going to make it worse for the union workers, and it's also going to make it worse for the non-union workers who aren't all part of the union. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's all I can really say on that anymore. But let's go ahead and talk about this stuff right here. Sound of Freedom. All right, let's do it.
That's a good one.
My next song is called "Please Don't Cut Off My Dick Because I Like Color Pink." Please, please don't cut off my boobs because I like blue. Please.
I like the color red.
All right.
Please don't castrate me.
Please, please. All right. So, The Sound of Freedom, right?
Yeah.
Is a movie that just came out by Mel Gibson, as we just talked about, and well, people are going and seeing it. Apparently, there's a thing where you can go and you can actually get a free ticket because like people are paying it forward.
Yeah.
So you go to some website and then people will like pay money to like pay for a ticket for someone else. And then so if you want to get a free ticket, you could just go there and get a free ticket and then go see the movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing.
Right? So yeah, people can go watch for free if they are able to get one of those free tickets. So yeah, but this is kind of showing you what companies or what media companies are pro or anti child trafficking, which is pretty
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird thing to say. Washington Post and Rolling Stone both praised Cuties. You remember that movie that was about the little girls who were actual little girls, like
The
actual
thing
really
that
really little girls.
Canceled like The Dark Crystal and a whole bunch of other really good shows that they canceled to put money into. Yeah.
So they were giving praises to Cuties, but now both are attacking Sound of Freedom because clearly they are pro child trafficking. I mean, that's the only thing I can come up with.
Wow.
There's no other explanation. They support the sexualization of kids, yet they attack those trying to stop child sex trafficking. Pretty sickening. Yes, it is. So let's see this. So here goes. Rolling Stones, Sound of Freedom, the QAnon-tinged thriller about child trafficking, is designed to appeal to the conscience of a conspiracy-addled boomer.
Who did they get to write that?
Well, we're gonna see because I have I have that article actually.
Because no, I mean that tweet.
Wait, what do you mean?
The tweet was it the same guy who wrote the article?
Who's wrote this tweet right here?
No, isn't that a tweet?
Oh no, this is the article.
But that's a screenshot of a tweet.
Oh yeah. But I mean, Rolling Stone took a picture of their article and just copied the title and just put it in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whoever's in charge of their social media just copy pasted.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
hey there, Sam.
Welcome back, Sam.
And so, you're just all over the place today.
I can't speak today.
Listen, Rolling Stone also this is them when they're talking about Cuties. You know, the movie that was about little girls doing very sexual things, and they were really actual little girls in real life.
Real little girls, like.
Thanks to a major marketing mistake, the award-winning French movie Cuties was accused of sexualizing young girls. It's actually a sensitive portrait of growing pains that deserve to be seen. Pedophile.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I had a little...
What in the world?
Washington Post perspective, Cuties is an unflinching look at what it means to be a preteen girl. No wonder people can't handle it. And then Sound of Freedom, the low-budget film about child sex trafficking, almost topped the box office on July 4th, but its star Jim Caviezel has linked it to the QAnon movement. You know what? I think I like QAnon, if that's the case, because clearly,
QAnon side here. Yeah.
Clearly, if they're against the child sex trafficking, I should be on that side. Not on the side that Washington Post is on right now.
Right, because Cuties is definitely not art.
Yeah, it's not.
Not art. It's
a
fetish that someone documented.
It's art.
Into
it's just pedo art. So.
Pedo art, yeah.
There you go.
Which, in my book, isn't art.
Yeah.
What are the comments saying?
Imagine the calls. Imagine the calls the head of Disney put out when Sound of Freedom beat them at the box office. None of these smear pieces came out until after that happened. they're trying to bury this movie. Yeah. Oh. Here is the pedo's Twitter. Oh, so this is the person that posted the which one? The one of those things. Woke
Good.
virus. Yeah. Damn.
Let's take him to a cafe. Catch my drift. Give him some
Here
tea.
Here is the Rolling Stones of Miles Klee. Let's see. Is this? Let's see if it'll. Ooh. These tweets are protected.
Of course they are.
I wonder why.
I wonder what you could be posting. What could you be posting?
I wonder why your tweets are protected, Millie Miley.
Yeah. It's bullshit, Sam. It's absolute bullshit.
Fucker. That's
all of these posts are.
The Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brainworms. What?
What?
Holy moly, the QAnon-tinged thriller about child trafficking is designed to appeal to the conscience of a conspiracy-addled boomer. That's crazy. The Sound of is a superhero movie for dads with brainworms. Bro, that's insane.
I really hope. Nah, what am I saying? This guy's probably a pedo.
I mean, shit.
I mean, look at that Twitter. Protected Twitter.
It says, based on a true story, quote, and it put it in quotes, I heard from somewhere across the theater. The familiar words had appeared on screen, and an elderly man had taken it upon himself to read them aloud to the rest of a sizable audience seated for a matinee. I was about to say man.
Hey, you're having
matinee showing.
Don't be so hard on me, bro.
Right. Matinee showing of the anti-child trafficking thriller Sound of Freedom, starring Jim Caviezel. For the seasoned moviegoer, this phrase is a joke. We know that cinema will stretch almost any truth to the breaking point, and the rank insincerity of such a pronouncement is the foundation of the prankish opening titles of Fargo. Is that a movie? I've never seen it. But this crowd, I could tell, would view the events depicted over the next 2+ hours as entirely literal. Bruh! They're trying to make the argument. Are they trying to make the argument that fucking child trafficking isn't a thing? Like, is that the argument here? I don't.
I hope not, because
I don't. Is it?
You're probably the one with brainworms.
Maybe I do have brainworms.
I mean them, but yeah, maybe you do too. Because
shit.
Maybe I have brainworms too, because I believe in this thing called child trafficking.
Human trafficking, shit. I mean fuck. What?
It doesn't even have to. Child trafficking is. Human trafficking has existed for literal millennia.
Like forever.
He was just on the War Room with Steve.
Steve Bannon. Yeah, this guy, Steve, Jim Caviezel, that's this guy.
Yeah.
So that's wow. Caviezel, best known for being tortured to death in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, has become a prominent figure on the conspiracist right.
Always the conspiracist right.
Giving speeches and interviews in which he hints at an underground holy war between patriots and sinister legion of evildoers who are harvesting the blood of children. They're really trying to make them seem like they're right, and they're trying to make it sound as if this shit isn't happening.
You can't because everyone knows that
this shit's for real at this point. Like, there's no.
I mean, you fucked up. You fucked up.
The Rolling Stones.
You've made it too apparent that it exists in the world, and we know exactly. Well, we don't know exactly, but we pretty much got sources. Like, we know where the sourcing of the trafficking is coming from.
Right, and it's funny because the next sentence, it's straight up QAnon stuff, right down to his use of catchphrases like "the storm is upon us." Here he gets to act out some of that drama by playing a fictionalized version of Tim Ballard, head of the anti-sex trafficking nonprofit Operation Underground Railroad. Wow. in a feature film that casts the operator as a Batman-style savior for kids sold into the sex trade. That is pretty wild. Y'all are really just out here going against the idea of stopping child trafficking.
Saving the kids.
You know what? I kind of feel as if we should do
Being on the kids' side.
We should start doing a leftist style like cancellation of companies that are doing like this. Like just be like, oh,
just cancel the Washington Post,
right?
And,
Rolling Stone, like Rolling Stone, you're pro child trafficking. Somebody get on this. I'm not even gonna say FBI because I already know the FBI.
FBI ain't gonna do shit.
Right, the FBI is a part of this. So somebody who's got the money and resources, get on this
Let's
shit.
just start a Twitter movement.
Right.
Cancel Rolling Stones and Washington Post.
Cancel anyone who is going against.
We need to take down the
child
names of anyone who's employed there and put them all on a list. Like,
right, that's
for
exactly
real.
how they do that shit. Like, put them on a list.
Put on a list and then cancel them. Out them on Twitter. But we're going to be better. We're not going to call for violence. We're just going to shame you.
Shame.
We're going to put your pictures all over the place.
Pride Month, now it's Shame Month.
It's shame. It is Shame Month now. We're going to shame you. Starting with, what was his name? Go back up there.
Miles Clee.
Starting with you. I don't know what you look like,
That's
but
a funny name. But yeah.
You need to, like, chill. Like, bro.
Let's look at these other articles. You see these other articles? So we have Saturn Freedom as a superhero. And then why did GQ delete an article calling David Zaslav the most hated man in Hollywood? And then anti-sunscreen influencers want you to fry your skin. That last one, sunscreen is actually bad for your skin. I'm just going to go there. All right, next.
Yeah, okay.
Next post on here.
Too much sun is bad for your skin. But
Yeah.
sunscreen, if you think about it, most unnatural thing. Because human beings
are supposed to get the sun.
They've been outside for literally the entire history of our race.
Right?
We have literally been a society or a race of beings that have been outside doing stuff like farming and hunting and gathering, you know, the normal stuff that you're supposed to do to get
supposed
food.
To be out in the sun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Brain explosion there.
Yep, so here goes. Left-wing media sees over success of anti-child trafficking film Sound of Freedom, as we just saw. I think this guy's Jim Caviezel. Why does this guy look like fucking that dude? That doesn't look the same person. But anyways, the movie tells the story of Tim Ballard, who started an organization to fight child sex trafficking. I think that's him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Tim Ballard. Reports from left-wing news sites, Jezebel and The Guardian, have tried to discredit the hit release Sound of Freedom, linking it to the conspiracy theories. The movie tells the story of Tim Ballard, a man who started an organization to fight child sex trafficking. It starts with Jim Caviezel, who acts the role of the role of Ballard. Damn, I cannot read.
I just don't understand why whenever it comes to doing like actual
Good.
like stopping child trafficking, it's conspiracy.
Yeah, because these people are evil and they're demons, and they need the blood of children in order to survive. And you think I'm gonna be sitting here and be like, I'm gonna dance? No, that's exactly what the fuck they're doing.
I'm convinced at this point that they are not human. They legit just sacrifice them to absorb their life essence or something. Like, there has to be some kind of inhuman reason why they need so many children.
And like, I would be totally fine if they were like, hey, you know, I personally didn't like the movie, but its message is definitely one that everybody needs to watch. You know, that's something that could go. But they're just saying, this
movie's conspiracy,
QAnon
right-wing propaganda that
not even real.
You have to be crazy to believe. No. Epstein, you know, that thing that happened real recently. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna write articles. You're gonna write articles about that not being a thing when Epstein was literally a thing, and Hunter Biden, his laptop.
Yeah,
that thing that's been in the news, the outlet.
They're still trying to say that's being blown out of proportion. It's not real, guys. People still don't even believe that shit exists. So yeah, they're gonna go. It's lie until you die. That's how they operate. They're gonna lie until they're in the dirt.
They're gonna lie until they die or everyone else dies.
Right? Oh yeah.
They're trying to hit that button.
It's gonna be one
I
of
am
those two, isn't it?
convinced they are going to try and hit that nuke everything button.
Gonna
in
be
the
one
end.
of those two, but shit. Jezebel, rated left by All Sides Media, ran a story called Sound of Freedom, is an anti-child trafficking fantasy fit for QAnon, written by Rich Juzwiak. I'm not sure to say his name. The report says that the movie is helping to peddle QAnon theories. That's crazy. Let's see what this sounds like.
What does this? Adriana Chrome.
Adrenochrome. You know,
Adrenochrome.
do you know that I think for Google Chrome,
Yeah.
I think the operating system that they use is called Adreno.
Really?
I think I saw that somewhere. I don't know 100% about it.
Wow.
But I think
I'ma
I've
look
heard
that
that.
up
You have
because-
have to look that shit up. because
Dang.
That's
Yeah. I mean, we know about adrenochrome, but
if that's real, then I'm like, fuck. Y'all people are insane. What?
it's true. Like the people who rule the world, you're freaking demonic vampires. You're straight up just
Demons.
Need the blood of children.
Right. So let's see what he's got to say.
What does this mean to you at this point, starting OUR, trying to like stop all child sex trafficking around the world? What does this mean to you now to see it come this far? Now a movie's being produced about it.
One of the things, I spent 12 years, in the U.S. government fighting this and really learning about it. We didn't even know what it was. The hardest part, or one of the hardest parts, was not being able to talk about it. As a government agent, you don't talk. But I realized, look, this is slavery. And slavery doesn't go away unless it gets really public. And, I was limited in what I could do. So one of the blessings of leaving and becoming private is we can talk freely. We take cameras everywhere, film everything. And we do, we film everything. And so we document these stories because stories are what's going to save the children. We can rescue the one, we can rescue the hundreds, even the thousands, but there's millions. How do you end this? A lesson from history. When Abraham Lincoln met Harry Beecher Stowe, one of the great voices of the abolitionist movement of the 19th century, when he met her for the first time, he said to her, "So you're the little lady that wrote the big book that started this war." What was he saying? He was saying the storytellers are who end slavery. Not even Lincoln had to become converted himself by the storytellers to make the Civil War about liberating the captive. So he's recognizing that. We're recognizing that. There's only so much we can do in extraction operations, but these storytellers, Angel Studios, that man right there, Eduardo Verastegui, Jim Caviezel, Alejandro Monteverde, genius director, they're the heroes. They are the modern day Harry Beecher Stowes. They are the ones that the presidents will come to someday and say, "So you're the guys who made the film."
We need more
that started this war."
documentation on this.
That's why I'm excited about this. This is the most important tool that I have ever
Paul
seen.
Walker.
That's what I was thinking of.
Because it creates the movement.
What if he is Paul Walker? And Paul Walker actually,
Conspiracy theory.
Right, and Paul
Now
Walker,
that's a real conspiracy theory.
Paul Walker never died and he just changed his name. Oh shit.
Whoa.
Paul Walker never died and he just changed his name and was like, I'm gonna call my name Jim Caviezel.
I like how this video player has to
Or
be done
Barry.
through Rumble because YouTube will not cover this movie.
They won't.
That's how you know. That's
They'll
how
be
you
like,
know
"This is-"
Google is full of pedophiles too. Like the heads of Google.
Yeah, they'll be like, this is a conspiracy theory and
Right.
you can't
Right-wing
watch this.
propaganda.
It's blocked.
Something. Yeah.
They probably won't ban your channel, but they'll be like, oh, this is blocked in everywhere.
Yeah. It's blocked everywhere. This movie only aired in America. What?
Copyright infringement.
It just
Like,
it ticks
what?
me off to no end
What?
that this stuff gets censored as hard as it does and get pushed down.
Right. I think this is the part that he was talking about, where he's in an interview with the dude that I just totally Steve Bannon. There we go. So Tim Ballard talks about the reality he witnessed during his 12 years as a special agent for DHS. The telecom company Ericsson has total surveillance over these child trafficking networks and everyone else. The cartels works for them.
Explains why telecom sucks.
Yeah.
To be confronted with the reality that there are people on this planet, and like I said, not a few, but millions, who want to indulge in watching 5-year-old children be raped, and to watch children's bodies actually break in the act of sexual assault. That say that there's close to 6 million children or more who are forced into sex slavery, labor slavery, or organ harvesting. The United States is the #1 consumer year after year of child rape material. And oftentimes we're close to #1 in production. baby factory. And these are real cases where they've kidnapped women, as young as 13-year-old children, and they impregnate them, they rape them, and they make babies, and they take these babies and sell them for their organs, sell them for sex. And I think if there's 2 million children forced into commercial sex, which is the most kind of credible statistic that we can find, a lot of people are involved. So there is a more cynical answer to your question, which may be there's people that don't want this exposed because they're involved in it.
Exactly.
Pretty much all of Hollywood.
And if you think about those articles we just read, Washington Post and Rolling Stone, and then the other one, Jezebel.
Yeah.
Why is it that they're against this whole thing? Clearly, they are a part of this.
Someone above them, or they themselves, are a part of it.
Yes, right?
No way around that.
And it's funny because I know I'm pretty sure the film was like, oh my gosh, she's saying rape and child sex and all this stuff.
Right.
But I mean, shit, that's the reality. If you can't handle that and you just are like, oh, I don't want to hear it.
I don't understand the censorship of words like rape.
Because it's one of those things where people are like, it makes people uncomfortable, so they don't want to hear it. And if you don't want to hear it, then it keeps happening. And this is how people have been taught and learned in life. I don't know if you've ever had this talk with your family or friends or whoever it is, when they're like, oh, now is not the time to talk about that. Right? You ever had anybody tell you that? If anybody ever says that to you, you have to, okay, when is the time to talk about it? They'll probably not have an answer for you.
Yeah.
Because it'll never
too
be.
Uncomfortable talking.
Right? They don't want to talk about it.
I hated it when I was a child and they told me to do that because I didn't understand it then, and I don't understand it now.
It's basically they don't want to talk about it at all. Like if they say now's not the time, then your next question should be, when is the time to talk about it?
There are certain times, like maybe you're sitting down to eat with the whole family or something, and
that's the best time. To me, that is the best time because everybody's right there.
Yeah.
You're all sitting in a neutral, like you're all eating.
Yeah.
Like when would
be the better time?
Right? When you're on the shitter, when you're taking a shit, when you're asleep, like when you're on a road trip.
Right.
I mean, at work. Like when would be sitting at the dinner table when everybody's there is the best time to talk about literally everything, any topic that comes to mind. That's like that's what conversations are supposed to be about. But lots of people are just
random stuff that
they're too emotional.
Talk about. Yeah, I get that.
Some people are too emotional and they either can't handle the conversation without getting, all yelly, or they just don't want to talk about it because it makes them uncomfortable. And it's like that's the best time to actually have the conversation because you need to. I mean, yeah, this might make you uncomfortable, but I mean, is it like? If it's a real talk, like a real conversation, and of course, there's probably conversations that probably make people uncomfortable, but they're not important. Like, some kind of personal sexcapade you had with some random chick at the bar.
Who you made out with last night,
right?
Or what you did in the bedroom with said person,
right? And it's like, okay, that's not necessary.
No.
But if it's like something that's like a real life situation, then it's okay. Like,
yeah,
why? When would we talk about this?
That's important,
right?
Things that actually happen that are tragedies. Tragic.
That's a good word, tragedy. That's a combination of tragedy and travesty. Wait. Yeah, tragedy.
So. I don't think it's a word.
Yeah, I know it's not a word, but I mean, you just kind of combine.
Yeah. See, my inability to speak today has
created a new word.
Spawned a good positive about it.
Tragedy.
Look at the silver lining.
Right.
Tragedy.
Now here is something, right? They're trafficking the fuck out of kids with the U.S. border wide open, but they're distracting us all with bullshit news stories. So this is actually happening.
What was the submarine that happened?
Oh, yeah.
That kind of stuff. Like, don't pay attention. Never pay attention to that.
Yes. When there's a news story that comes out and everybody knows about it, even people who don't pay attention to news, then you know that news content
is BS.
Is BS.
They're posting it literally in every corner of the internet,
right?
To distract you from the
to
real
distract
news.
Everyone. So this is talking about how we have the border open and the trafficking is happening at the border.
Yeah.
Thanks to a certain person who calls himself the president and has a crackhead son. All right, here we go.
Your current system has 85,000 kids they can't find. What in the world? It's the New York Times. It's not Fox News. And we're sitting here talking about a fiction of saying there's an infant rolling through somewhere outside of Eagle Pass right now, begging to claim asylum. The infant is not doing that. This is absurd. You know it's absurd. We have language here put forward in good faith,
This man
trying to figure out how to stop.
is expressing
But
every
I'm seeing
emotion
this chart behind me where
that
unaccompanied
you should feel
children are spiking through the roof, have been doing so since Democrats have been in charge of the administration.
Yeah.
The only blip is when you had a Republican in charge. You had kids on top of train cars getting abused by cartels. You got numbers spiking through the roof since President Biden has been in office. And all we want to simply do is say we want to get them home to their families. We want to get them to the place where they can go to a port of entry so we can take care of them. And we're being traded by my colleagues on the other side of the aisle with where are the 1,000 that aren't being reunified? Well, go find the 85,000 that we don't even know where the hell they are under the Biden administration.
Who's he talking to?
I yield back.
I think it's like a Congress hearing or something. You know, it's like a hearing of some sort, and you know they're talking about probably something with the border. I'd assume.
Yeah, well, that's how you should feel on the inside whenever it comes to child trafficking.
Right, and clearly, as
You don't always have to act like that, but I feel like in this case, he had the right to.
right,
He had every right to.
Yeah,
Talk like that.
This if ever since the border's been wide open, which is ever since Joe Biden's been in charge of the shit.
Yeah.
People have already been like, yeah, cartels are definitely going to use this shit to traffic children.
Traffic children.
And like Joe Biden is sitting here allowing it to happen. It's pretty fucking obvious.
He's probably one of the customers.
What's going
Probably
on?
Customer, if we're being
pretty fucking obvious.
100% real, because he was in bed with Biden or Obama, probably figuratively and literally.
Yeah, now it's like kind of like, so we're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. The border's wide open. There's a bunch of children missing. We know at this point Joe Biden is definitely a part of that whole bullshit. And motherfuckers still like, it's good, it's fine, guys.
Good,
no, don't worry, that's not
happening at the border.
We want to let all the illegals in because asylum and seeking and they need help.
Stupid.
Y'all motherfuckers.
Stupid.
I'm telling you. I mean, if a civil war doesn't happen because of all the bullshit that's happened in this country, civil war is probably going to happen because of all that. Like, this movie is probably going to rear people up to the point where they're like...
It's revving.
Right?
It's a good, catalyst. It's becoming a catalyst. And one gets through. If one of these documentaries can get through, we can get more. We can start moving to get more through.
There's actually, I believe, lots of previous attempts by other stars that were still a part of Hollywood to try to do something about child trafficking, like put out some documentary.
It's good.
If you remember, what was her name? I don't remember her name. I don't remember any of these stars' names, but it was the one star who we saw last year, I believe it was, where she got in a car accident. And, they took her body out of the car, and then as you can see the helicopter view, she
tried to get up.
Yeah, right when they got, she's like, and they just shoved her back down. And then, of course, next time, she died at the hospital. Oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Then there's Chester Bennington.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name, from Lincoln Park. Yeah, apparently he was doing something with some kind of documentary with child trafficking. There was another guy called I forgot that guy's name. He had it was like a weird alias name. He was like a DJ or some kind of DJ type of person. He was apparently friends with Chester Bennington, who was also doing something with child trafficking. There's also, I think, the dude fucking Paul Walker. I heard he was doing something with that also.
Yeah.
Car accident. There seems to always be something where these Hollywood stars.
It always seems to be accidental deaths.
Right.
With these stars.
Yep. So.
Wait, what are the comments saying on this video? I'm very curious.
30 missing children in Cleveland in 2 weeks' time. Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's
30?
a lot. He's like, what?
What?
Yeah, that's not.
Nani?
That's yeah. Props to him staying so calm. Yes, calm. No, I'm not being sarcastic. Yeah, I mean,
Honestly, yeah.
because it could have been a lot
He could
better.
have been. Yeah, he could have been swinging.
Oh, and I like how this person puts community notes. You know what community notes are? Community notes is when they have on Twitter,
Yeah.
when they have that little thing at the bottom that says, actually, this video is from a dot 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 dot, and it's trying to like fact check basically. So this person put community notes. How long ago did they put community notes? 19 hours ago, and they haven't added anything. So, did it not work? Didn't work out for you?
Didn't quite work out for you. You can't really say anything about it. You know.
Didn't get to discredit this video.
Can't discredit. There's no like alternate information. This is misinformation.
Right? It's heart-wrenching how the focus often shifts away from the crucial issues. Our children's safety, our children's safety
I can't
should
speak,
be
you can't read.
right, a top priority. Out of control. Facts. Who is that? I want to follow. Chip Roy, yeah. Chip Roy in Texas. Yes. I guess I'll go ahead and follow him too.
Do it.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. All the
Yeah, everyone's just kind of agreeing with this guy, which is
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
It's a QAnon conspiracy theory.
This guy
He's
read
like-
the article.
It's a QAnon conspiracy theory. Damn. So yeah. Now though, remember this guy?
Yeah. Steve-O.
Something that you probably didn't know that I didn't know is that he had this tattoo on his arm.
Oh.
And he changed it to this.
What's not any better?
Yeah. That's pretty bad. And his explanation, right?
Almost
His explanation.
just as bad.
So over the line. Okay, it was 2006, and I was getting drunk with my buddies.
Getting
And
drunk, of
we're
course.
talking about how we never wanted to have kids, or at least I felt really strongly about it. So I said, okay, I'll get a tattoo of a baby with a circle and a slash going through it, you know, like a no baby sign. And we thought that was kind of funny, but we kept drinking, and then I was like, oh, no, I'll get fuck babies, right? Like, but then I thought, nah, I don't want to make people read more words. I've already got so many words. And then I ended up going with an image of a guy fucking a baby. When I got that tattoo, I knew that I was crossing the line, and that was the whole reason that I got it. This was my crazy stunt that I was doing. But
and then it stops right there.
There is no but, Steve.
The thing is that it's weird how, you know, he got the tattoo, but then there's somebody who actually did the tattoo. Like who? Like there was the person.
I want to know who did the tattoo.
You're kind of like,
I want to know.
I don't think I feel comfortable making this tattoo. Like this.
I mean, well, yeah, how much do they get paid?
I don't think
I mean, I don't.
This tattoo
Not that it's important how much they got paid, of course.
Right.
But I'm curious because I want to know how much money it took
for
an
him
artist.
to like, yeah,
for an artist.
It was probably like, oh, just the regular price.
No. No amount of money.
It seems like this is the regular price. Now, to be fair, though, I mean, I guess I understand back in the day, people were very, what's it called? Edgy, you know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, he's obviously an edgy
And on the
person.
other hand, the artist would be like, you get a chance to do a tattoo for Steve-O.
Right.
You know, and you're like, you have that street cred now, but like...
Yeah, it's the tattoo, though. That's the
but
thing,
it's
you
just-
know what I'm saying?
You're like, I did
Now-
a tattoo for Steve-O. Oh, what was it?
Oh, I don't want to tell you that.
Confidentiality notice.
Right. But like one thing though, I would say is if he comes out and you find out that Steve-O actually got convicted for doing something with like small children, then okay, everything, nope, okay, you nope, no credit, nope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, edgy, okay, but I mean, if you actually done something and it's kind of like, okay, you've gone quite a bit far there, buddy, quite a bit far. And then here we go with the what is that? Kareem Dennis, a political activist from London, spoke about the crimes of NATO in the United States, human trafficking, and the sexual exploitation of children by American contractors.
We need to get out of NATO.
Yeah.
Now, when we think about what NATO actually has done in a material way, I feel that when we watch the mainstream media, certainly in England and I'm sure in the United States, you get this sort of vague notion that NATO is some sort of United Colours of Benetton, save the world, children's charity almost. NATO's war in Afghanistan produced 5.3 million refugees. That was a quarter of the Afghan population. It left 72% of the Afghan population in poverty and rendered Afghans statistically the saddest people in the world. We know that after NATO's humiliating exit from Afghanistan, the US government spitefully decided to freeze $9.5 billion worth of assets in the Afghan central bank. That would lead to 97% poverty rate in the last year or so. Before the US invasion, we know that opium production in Afghanistan was almost zero. Following the occupation, over 90% of the world's heroin came from Afghanistan. And funnily enough, the Helmand province was the center of opium production during the NATO occupation. And it just so happened that the British military had 10,000 soldiers on 140 bases in the Helmand province at the same time. What else is the NATO legacy in Afghanistan? Well, a company by the name of DynCorp. Many of us, the interesting thing about the way the US is able to outsource what it does is it obscures some of its most ugly and heinous crimes in the anonymity of obscurely named vague companies like DynCorp. It was one of them. It was a security company which actually enjoyed on its parent board at Veritas the Secretary of State in the Bush administration, Richard Armitage. Well, DynCorp was revealed by WikiLeaks to have had workers in Kabul hiring child sex slaves from among the Afghan population. What about Armor Group, the US security company tasked with guarding the US embassy during the NATO occupation? Its employees were found to have violated the Trafficking Victims Protection Act by visiting brothels in Kabul. Eventually all that happened was the parent company G4S paid a fine to the US government and nothing was done, and that was
damn.
So yeah, is a bitch.
Yeah, whenever you see those situations where people are like, oh no, the United Nations is coming to take all your shit, and then people are like, okay.
Okay.
Let's see it. I wanna see what happens.
Yeah.
They just smile and wave, boys.
Man, this
smile
only has. Wait, what?
What?
3,000 views and 9 retweets, 2 quotes, and 14 likes. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, because it came out last.
When we think about
that's weird. It came out last night, like 9:29 p.m. So that could be why. But at the same time, yeah, you know, it's
probably getting buried.
Yeah, buried by Twitters.
Buried.
But yeah, that's the sound of freedom, man. So if you ever wondered, you gotta pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't, that's what we're doing. We're watching Sound of Freedom, right?
Perfectly timed.
Yes, because the reason was, in case you don't know, is the whole the what's
Washington
that movie?
Post or Rolling Stones?
No, it's that movie that just came out, Indiana Jones.
Oh,
Indiana Jones was, I think, by Disney. Sound of Freedom beat Indiana Jones, even though apparently
already?
Yeah, apparently Indiana Jones sucked. No surprise.
Wow.
No surprise.
Wow. I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it.
But Sound of Freedom beating Disney.
I feel like it'll be. Well, the thing is, like, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull wasn't a terrible movie, though. People just hated it because it wasn't Indiana Jones, and I get that. Like, it didn't follow the same exact kind of story formula. So it was
very extraterrestrial in that.
Yeah, and I wasn't really a fanboy of Indiana Jones, so I kind of enjoyed it. So I'm actually I have expectations for this one. But I kind of feel like it's going to be poo. So I gotta watch it to make sure.
It's probably gonna be poo. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 150% sure.
Let's watch together when I move in.
Oh yeah.
But there's a whole lot of things we can like actively take the time to.
Right.
A lot of documentaries now.
Definitely can.
Yeah.
So, next on the wait, what time is it? You know, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's perfect time.
So what I'm gonna do first is get off of YouTube because that's
Wow,
about
we've been
that
on
time.
YouTube for a minute. We talked about. Well,
Yeah, I mean the whole point of the episode was
Yeah.
it's called Sound of Frequency. Bye bye YouTube, bye bye YouTube, and bye bye YouTube. Thanks for joining us. If you're on YouTube, come and see us on Rumble or Odyssey if you would like. But YouTube, go bye.